Hi everyone, this is Aman Sophia, Assistant Professor in the department. Welcome to WITSCONNECT. In today's lecture, we are going to see about the different types of insulators, cross arms and clamps. See, the overhead lines. The overhead line transmission line depends upon the mechanical design of the line, as these lines are playing a vital role in transmitting power from generating station to the consumers. So there are different main components which are affecting the design of overhead lines, like conductors, supporters, insulators, cross arms and clamps. Conductors, we have seen in the last class, we have seen about conductors as well as supporters. So the which material can be used for a conductor means mostly we are preferring for ACSR conductor. Coming to the supporters, nothing but poles. Okay, and these supporters nothing but poles are towers which depends upon the operating voltage. So based on that we are choosing supporters. Now let's see about the insulators. So what is the use of insulator means the insulators these supports the conductors and insulate them from the ground. That is the purpose of insulator. So the function of a insulator is to provide insulation resistance for the leakage current from overhead line to support our earth. And insulators are mounted on the cross arms, and the conductors are fixed to the insulators by means of a bidding wire. What are the various materials which can be used for the insulators means porcelain, glass, and special artificial materials can be used as a insulators. And the various type of insulators used for overhead transmission and distribution lines are classified into 4 types, like pin type insulators, suspension type insulators, strain insulators and shackle insulators. Let's see about all these insulators. First of all, we are going with the pin type insulators. So as the name itself indicating that this is designed to be mounted on a pin, which in turn is secured to the cross arm of the pole, and there is a groove on the top of the insulator. You can see the groove, and conductor will be passes through this groove and is bound by the aluminum bidding wire. And this type of insulator is used up to 33 kilovolts. Up to 33 kilovolts we can use pin type insulator. Coming to the suspension type insulator. So this type of insulator will consist of number of discs. In the figure you can see there are three discs which are connected in series by a metal link in the form of a string. So here we can connect number of discs, and these discs has to be connected in series, and these are connected by a metal link in the form of a string format, and the conductor is suspended at the bottom of the string. You can see the line conductor in the figure, and other end is fixed to the X arm. The upper part we are taking it as a X arm. These suspension type insulator will be connected in between X arm and line conductor. And one more thing, we can connect number of disc in suspension type insulator, and this disc has to be connected in a series format. Coming to the strain type insulators is one of the type of insulator, and this type of insulator is used where the line is subjected to a greater tension, like where we'll use means at the dead end of the line and the corners, the sharp curves, at there we are using strain type insulators. I think that at H type poles we'll use these type of insulators. And for the voltage above 11 kV, this shackle insulators are used. as well as strain type insulator can also be used up to the voltage below the voltage of 11 kV. However, for high voltage transmission lines, strain insulators consisting of an assembly of suspension type insulators are used. The only difference between strain type and shackle insulators is, in case of suspension type insulators, the discs are horizontal, whereas in case of strain insulators, the discs are vertical. You can see in the figure. So the strain insulators which consisting of number of discs and they are placed as a vertical, and to the disc we are connecting a conductor. Okay. Next, shackle insulators. Shackle insulators can be used either in horizontal position or vertical position, whereas strain insulators must be placed in a vertical position. We can't use in a horizontal position, whereas coming to the shackle insulators can be used either vertically or horizontally, and these are directly fitted to the poles are cross arms. You can see in the figure directly. So these are connected directly to the poles by using a bolt and nut. We are using a MS nut over here, and the conductor is fixed in grooves by means of a soft copper or aluminium beading wire. So you can see in the figure directly these insulators are connected to the pole by using a pole spindle as well as nut, and it consisting at the insulator will consisting of a groove, right? So to the groove we are connecting the conductors. This is about the types of insulators, like pin type, suspension type, strain and shackle insulators. So shackle and strain insulators will be of same, but the only difference is it can be used for as vertical as well as horizontal, whereas strain type insulators can be used for as vertical, and these two can be used up to the voltage 11 kilovolts. Coming to the cross arms and clamps, the function of a cross arms is to support insulators. So these insulators are placed, right? So we are placing insulators above the conductor, right? So to support the insulators we are using cross arms, and to keep a conductor at a safe distance from each other, we are placing number of conductors. If it is a three phase line means we will use three phase conductors. If it is single phase means we will use two conductors, right? And these conductor has to be placed with some distance, and that can be done by using the cross arms and clamps. And these cross arm and clamps are fitted at the top of the bowl by means of clamps. You can see in the figure. So there is a cross arm which consisting of a holes on it, and it is connected at the top of the pole. And these cross arms can be classified into different types, like mild steel channel or mild steel angle iron cross arm. And the next one is U-shaped cross arm, V-shaped cross arm, and zigzag shaped cross arm. So the first pole is of straight cross arm, and the next one is of, you can also say it as a MS steel cross arm also. The next one is of U-shaped cross arm. The third one is of V-shaped, and the fourth figure is of zigzag cross arm. The mostly used cross arm is mild steel flat cross arm, and its size and is in a size of 60 into 8 mm, and these are used for fixing pin type insulator at the top of the pole when the conductors are arranged in delta function. If the conductors are in delta function means we are using mild steel flat cross arms, and the type of insulator which can be used here means pin type insulators.